Right, here's my toolkit laid out. Ground pit stop is tyre plugs. Got some glue because people have said it works a bit better, and some pliers to get the offending bit of whatever out of the tyre. So as it's a nice day, I'm going to take the Z10 outside, do it on the path. You can see how flat the tyre is. That should be quite a deep curve, and it's just almost straight across. So it took me a surprising amount of time to actually realise I had a flat tyre when I was riding. It just goes to show, never having had one before, the actual Z10 didn't ride hugely different for quite a long time after the tyre must have been going flat. So big fat old tyre. It's talk about heavy duty. That was quite good. So I could have probably got home quite easily on the flat without damaging the rim or anything. Anyway, I thought I'd give the tyre a bit of a clean. I always like to have a clean work surface, so just a bit of a wash down, now dry off, get all the suds off, try and get the bits out between the treads. Right, well, there we have it. That's the offending article. What that is, we shall find out. But it went straight through the tyre, and there was no hope for it. I would have thought it would have taken quite a lot to puncture that tyre at the speeds I'd be going at on a Z10, but the right thing will just go straight through. So anyway, I'm trying to get it out now with the pliers and having a little bit of difficulty because it's fairly flush. So I think I'll cut at this point and then actually use some needle nose pliers instead to actually get it out. Yeah, there we go. I think look, I'm trying to show you, but I'm trying to hold the camera. There it is, a bit of brown bottle glass. The pointy end was the bit that went straight in, and that was it, game over. So that's the sort of cut. So it's made a slight lateral cut rather than a round one, but I think the kit should be able to handle that because the plugs are fairly chunky size. So these are the tools that come with the Ground Pit Stop kit. There's the black silicone plugs, there's a reamer tool, and then various gadgets that allow you to, like a sort of like a screw type thing to push the plug into the hole, and a knife to trim, and a prodder which you're advised to use first. So I guess that's just to get any dirt, any obstruction out of the way of the hole and just make a sort of workable channel. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just giving it a good prodding. Fnar. Yeah, baby. Right, and now it's not very sexy. It's sexual, isn't it? I've got to ream it now. Right, I'm never quite sure how much you're supposed to do here, and I would have thought sort of you don't actually want to make the hole bigger than it is. So I'm going to be fairly generous, but also not go over the top with this. I just sort of I can see some little bits starting to come out here, so I presume that's just bits of loose rubber, and it is smoothing it down somewhat, but the tool itself is it's got two teeth on it, so I don't want to tear the hole any wider or make it so that it doesn't create a good seal. So I'm just basically doing what the instructions say. So if they're wrong, then we're buggered, literally. All right, Okay, so there's our hole nicely beamed.
Well,
Yeah, right, well, the next stage is basically to
let's see what we can do.
insert the yeah, this is what, all right, yeah, we're supposed to put a plug into the plugging tool, so you have to put it the right way up. So the mushroom bit is at the top, and then you're supposed to use the aperture thing which the plug goes through. It's like a funnel type thing. You're supposed to use that to push it down, so that what happens is that mushroom sort of flips the wrong way up. It sort of it sort of inverts. So there's actually one in there in the inverted position. So because I did it without filming it, I didn't realise what was supposed to be going on. And once it's in, I thought, well, I won't get it out. So I did get it out in the end, but because I screwed up on the first attempt. But the next thing is to put the prodder, the funnel in the prodder. Now it's the funnel has a screw thread, and so is the prodder.
Makes a change.
So obviously that fits nice and tightly. And this I find quite clever. Basically, you use the prodder to insert the funnel into the hole. So let's go and do that now. So prodder goes in like that, all the way in, until the funnel itself is sitting in the hole. And then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to unscrew the prodder, so you're leaving the funnel sitting in the hole. So that's sort of, you're basically now ready to receive the mushroom plug, which is sitting in your plugging tool. So let's go and sort that bit out. Yeah, there we go. So we now screw the plugging tool into the funnel, where we've just taken the prodder out. So everything just interchanges, you just swap tools, and it's quite handy. And then what you do is you basically then screw down tightly. I got this bit wrong the first time. I didn't push it hard enough, and I pulled the thing out, and the plug was still actually in the tool. So I did it again and pushed it all the way down, made sure the screwed tool just couldn't go any further. And as you saw there, there's the when you pull the funnel out with the plugging tool, the plug just is in position with that long tail, which you're supposed to leave in while you pump up. Now for this bit I was thinking, well, is this going to work, or am I just going to go here and get no tyre pressure at all? But actually I was quite surprised, because I did, and the tyre inflated up, so I up to the 20 psi as I wanted to run with it. So the next stage is to basically chop off the tail of the plug. Now so far it seems to be holding, which is fantastic. So it's time for a test run. This is probably about nearly 2 hours later, after I put the plug in the tyre.
Big fat bulgy tyre.
So that's the sort of curve we should be looking at, a nice sort of like solid round curve, which is a classic Z10 tyre shape, and no obvious visual degradation in that, so I'm pleased so far. Anyway, this is just a little run down the road, so just to make sure that it all feels right, which it does. I'm not really going this fast, by the way. I did speed this up to twice the speed. I'm not riding a Gotway after all. This is only a humble old Z10, but It certainly feels right. And back down the path. Right, I think you probably remember me saying that I put about 20 psi in, so I'm just going to go and get the pump now and see where we're at. Certainly feels all right. I don't know if you can see, it's a bit of a small gauge and it's all very analog, so it's not one of these fancy digital ones. So, but from what I can see, it looks just a shade under 20 psi. And I'm just going to whack in a little bit more air just to bring it up to the full 20, and I'll check back in a day or two, see where we are. Thanks for watching.